So today we're going to be talking about that pain point that I'm hearing so much about from people recently. And that pain point is that they seem to be really, really busy. They seem to be going through this fact that we're wrapping up the first quarter. We got 30 days left. They've been really, really busy, but they're not really feeling like they're getting a lot of great results. They know it's there, they can see it, but they can't taste it just yet. And they're in that mode where, so today we're going to be talking about the fact that we are finding ourselves doing everything, but our results aren't getting there. We're doing everything. We keep thinking that people are always telling us, well, are you trying this? Are you trying this? We're always looking for something more to do. And it's not the fact we're sometimes doing too many things with the everything, and we don't need another thing. What we need to do is we're going to go through some 3 points today, but it really boils down to how subtraction leads to multiplication. For me, my story for so long, my growth all came when I realized I needed to go smaller to go bigger. And it was backwards thinking for myself. I was like, what do you mean you have to go smaller to go bigger? I had to do less things to receive more. And that's what we're going to be talking about today is how we can do less things and receive more. And we need to be doing more of the right things and less of the other stuff. So if your production is feeling down, just raise your hand. We're in a virtual live world. No one's seeing you. Just raise your hand if it's feeling down. If you're feeling like your pipeline, your flow of what's to come, if that's feeling thin, raise your hand. Just get clear and pause for a second and really ask yourself, is my production down? Is my pipeline thin? Is there something here? Because if it is, open up your antenna, listen a little bit deeper, take some notes so we can help you start moving through things here. I talk to leaders all the time that are telling me constantly, I'm calling this, I'm texting these people, I'm meeting with this, I have this recruiting appointment, but nothing is moving. I'm getting this conversation quite often. And the problem is not work ethic, because the first thing for us to do is look in the mirror and question ourselves and kind of wonder, are we doing all the things that we can be doing? And it's never work ethic. Well, I shouldn't say never, but it's very, very rarely work ethic. It's really misdirected effort. And it's the inconsistency in our activities and our inconsistency in our systems that are keeping us moving forward. Those are the things that are really coming down to it. At least it was for me, and it's a lot with the people that I'm working with. And once we get those things down and tweaked in, we kind of start moving through some stuff. So your week is full, but it's not focused. Your calendar, your day is full, but it's not focused. Work will take up the time allotted. So if we decide that we're going to come sit at our desk and we're going to start working at 8 a.m. and we're going to work until 5, I guarantee you're going to have things that you're going to feel busy. You're not going to be sitting there just staring off into the walls. You're going to fill that time with things. So what we need to do is really, what are the few actions that we need to get into? And this brings us into our point number one, is we need to not mistake movement for achievement. We need to get into motion, because point one is we're in motion without traction. We're moving, but so we need to really start getting into motion with traction. So we need to ask ourselves, what's urgent and important today? The question I'd love for you to ask is, what do I need? What's the one thing that I need right now? What if I could only do one thing to get that thing that I need? What would it be? And that's where we're kind of looking at it through the Eisenhower matrix. Says, what's urgent and important? What's important but not urgent to get us there? And what's not important or urgent? That's the trash can. So we need to be looking at our things and what goes on to it. And to get you out of this slippage, getting you out of where you're feeling like you're busy or not getting results, we need to do those important traction things first and pause everything else, because we got to get you back. So we need to get you into motion with traction, because right now you're in motion without traction. Point two is there are leaks in our pipeline. And what this boils down to is leads exist, but conversations are inconsistent, and conversations are happening, but connection isn't. So we need to put some systems in place, because the money is in the follow up. So we need to be looking at, how are we communicating things? So what's the one thing I need to do today that could get me the result that I need? Who and what do I need to do after that to follow up with people that will get me to my results of what I need? Where's my pipeline fit leaks? Fix that. Keep that up because leads exist, but conversations don't. They're inconsistent. And those conversations that we are having, we're not truly connecting. So we can work on that and help you through those things. And that leads us to the third point, the biggest one that I'm finding out is that we have no weekly scorecard. We have no way to actually diagnose what's going on or going wrong. We have these feelings, we have these emotions, we have the strangeness, but we're not tracking anything. And you can't change what you don't track. One of the first pieces that I dive through with working with people is I want to get really clear with where they're at. If you're walking around with your cell phone, if your cell phone is not connected to a cell tower, you have no signal. You can't make a phone call because it doesn't know where you're at to actually connect you to where you want to go. You can have the phone number, you can have it in your phone, but it will not connect you to it because it needs to know where you're at to connect you. Your GPS, your Waze, anything you're using to get you from one point to the next, it will not calculate a route until it knows where you're at. So we have to get really clear with where we're at. And that comes with our scorecard, our tracking, our things that are going on. So I want you to get really, really simple with this. Just get a piece of paper, make check marks if you have to, but just track four things for the next week. Track how many conversations did I start? How many things did I initiate? How many conversations did I initiate today? And then the third thing I want you to track is how many appointments did you set? How many meetings? How many Popeyes? How many scheduled Zooms or whatever it is you're trying to do? How many did you schedule for follow up? Because I'm going to tell you right now, follow up is an appointment if you scheduled it. So, how many did you schedule? And then ultimately, here's what we're after we're after business, we're after appointments that turn into contracts. So how many contracts signed? How many listings? How many buyers? How many, whatever you took, how many contracts did you sign? Just track those four things. And you can't improve something if we're not tracking it. I know the hardest part for you to do is just to get in and have the conversations. You can't have the contract signed without the conversations. So that first number that we're tracking is the most important to get started. Track that. Then after you're doing that consistently, then we can start looking at going, how many of those conversations that you started are you having? Because we can fix that. And it all boils down to conversation started, lead to conversations had lead to contracts written, appointments gone on, lead to contracts written. Those are the four steps that we need to make you go through. Can't get to the final point without starting the first one. So look at this like it's a New Year's resolution, and you decide I'm going to go to the gym starting this on March 4th, and I want to get myself on track for the weight that I wanted to lose in the first quarter. Same with your goals. It's March 4th. I want to get back on track for where I wanted to be. And you can. But the first piece is you have to get started. You want to go to the gym to lose weight. You've got to touch that door handle first. You'll touch the door handle, you pull it open, you'll go inside. Same with your conversation. How many did you start? So track text messages sent, phone calls made, direct messages. How many did you start? And how many did you have? How many appointments did you set? How many contracts written? So when you look at these 3 points, point number one of we're in motion but not traction, so we need to get into traction. Point number two, tightening up the leaks in our pipeline from follow up. And point number three, we need to have a weekly scorecard. We need to be tracking so we can truly diagnose and prescribe what's going on and to fix ourselves. Of those three, which one is speaking the loudest to you? Type it in the comment below. Let us get in there and help you out. But I hope you got something out of this. Also, wanted to tell you as we're wrapping this up, because I told you I was going to be giving away something free in this call. And that is for the next 60 days in this group, I'm going to be giving away one free coaching session per day to one person. So I'm giving away 60 free coaching sessions. So if you're on this and you want a free coaching session starting May 9th, in the comments and the link below will be a link to get in and to go schedule something. You'll also be seeing some stuff put in here, but I'm giving away 60 free coaching sessions because on April 12th, 2019, I made a commitment that I was going to go impact leaders one mindset at a time. I made that commitment. I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to do it, how it was going to be done. And I still at times am struggling with how it was going to be done. And that's okay. I'm in motion. I'm moving forward. I'll get clearer every day. And I want you to be thinking the same way. And for my birthday, which is May 6th, last year I gave away 30 free coaching sessions. We had 50 people sign up for that. So this year I decided to expand it and go into more. And I want to give away 60 this time. I want to go serve you and help you move from where you're at to where you want to be. I guarantee we're going to give you some clarity. I'm going to give you some actionable items that we can put this together and go through. And it's really going to be built around one simple thing, guys. We're going to get you into action. Doing less is more. And we're going to be focusing in your strengths, not your weaknesses, strengths to get the results you want. So I hope you had a great time. I hope you got something out of this. Comment below on how I can help you. Let me know which area you feel stuck in, and we'll start bringing some more content for you for this. But appreciate you being in here. Let us know how we can help you and serve you. Have a great one.